Okay, WikiLeaks, 4:46 p.m., October 30th, 2016, reposted a 2015, February 22nd Podesta email saying the following: I'm definitely for making an example of a suspected leaker, whether or not we have any real basis for it. Okay. And 1 year and 5 months later, July 10th, 2016, Seth C. Rich was fatally shot, and Julian Assange offered $20,000 reward for anyone who came forward with the information that led to the arrest of Seth Rich's murderer. When pressed, Assange would not confirm whether he worked for WikiLeaks at all, which disables the ability of being able to say this was really done because he was a leaker. But then again, if he was a suspected leaker and someone was saying that he was murdered for that reason, okay, that would work. But here we go. WikiLeaks didn't publish this. Now this is, just read it here. If there's someone who's potentially connected to our publication and that person has been murdered in suspicious circumstances, it doesn't necessarily mean that the two are connected, but it is a very serious matter. That type of allegation is very serious and taken very seriously by us. Now that was then. Okay? Alright. The 27-year-old employee of the Democratic National Committee was shot about a block from his home in Bloomingdale neighborhood in Washington, D.C. Police were alerted to gunfire at 4:20 a.m. by an automated gunfire locator or detector called a shot spotter. I actually know how that works, by the way. It's a pulse detector type system. Rich was found conscious, but later died in the hospital. The first thing I would say if I knew I was shot by somebody is who it was. I didn't know he was conscious at that time. I don't know if there's any more data. Newsweek reported the police stated that he may have been killed in an attempted robbery and that the neighborhood had recently been plagued with robberies. His watch strap was torn, but nothing had been taken. Now I'm going to interject here. If somebody tried to grab his arm because he was resisting being, strong-armed robbed, and they switched to using a gun, I mean, that's what I would assume immediately. Ignoring Hill Dog and all the other stuff in the universe. It does actually sound like a robbery, but that's me being pretty practical about this. I'm also going to bring up another case that's not really related, but gives you an idea of why I'm saying this. But this is the only reason I'm bringing this up. According to Newsweek, that was enough to fire up right-wing Twitterverse with yet another round of Clinton conspiracy theories, later fanned by Julian Assange of WikiLeaks. Rich's parents were distressed by the way Rich's murder was politicized. According to police, he died from multiple shots to the back, probably running away from his attacker. Now I'm going to bring up a completely different one. Now the reason I'm going to do two things here. 1 year and 5 months after Podesta email saying, I'm definitely for making an example of a suspected leaker, whether or not we have any real basis for it, just means publicly humiliating them, doxing them, and outing them, and getting rid of them if they're leaking. You just fire someone who's a leaker and then expose them. Killing them has no benefit, especially if no one will confirm it was the leaker. A dead person who is a leak is worthless. Now I'm going to bring up this. See also Shawn who is 38. He died on August 2nd as a result of a drug accident. He was mixing together fentanyl, cyclobenzapine, and metadone. Anyway, a powerful synthetic opiate analgesic that's similar to morphine, a muscle relaxant, and something from the herb kratom, which has been showing signs of causing these problems. Other process servers are still alive. If that was a reason to kill him, wouldn't there be more than that? And there have been more processes served. And it was served to an organization, not an individual. Now the reason I'm bringing this up, this whole Clinton body count thing, is this is based, here's where I'm going with this. And I sound like an apologist. I don't want Hillary in charge. But if accusations are made October 31st, or October 30th, 2016, by WikiLeaks in the form of a vague assumption or statement, and another one that's being done by people and dragged around with Shawn, who literally just died from mixing three medications together, or compounds together, had a bad reaction and died from it, which is insanely easy to do. Look up each of them. I'll try to include links below. Now I'm going to give you a little tip here. Get your I'm with WikiLeaks t-shirt on the official WikiLeaks shop. Where are the leaks about Trump? No, I'm being dead serious here. Where are the leaks about Trump? Trump has an insanely long history of doing stuff because he's a business owner. The hardest part about a very large... I'm not talking about getting rid of Trump. I'm talking about getting rid of Trump and Hillary. I don't want either of them. Someone asked me, can you explain? I'm voting one way or another, but I'm going to explain why. I don't want either of them in there. I'd love it if we could get rid of them both. And we could just start over again. Let's just do another primary and start over, because this is a mess. But Hillary Clinton's a Teflon Don, and to be really blunt about it, Trump has a long history of doing things that are actually prosecutable. They're bullcrap. Where are the leaks about him? Why isn't that being pumped out? WikiLeaks is extremely useful, I agree. But where's the other half of it? They're both messy. What about other people? What about anybody else? Oh, well, it's tactical. It's being done. Okay, it's tactical and it's being done to one candidate? Really? She's that... Seriously. In the universe of Washington, D.C. politics, Hillary Clinton is the most criminal? Really? What about pushing Bernie out? Where are the leaks about that? There are leaks, right? I'm starting to think that WikiLeaks isn't being unbiased. Where's the crap about Trump? We need both of these people out. We need to start over again. This whole year, this whole election has been an example of hysteria. People picking the ugly duckling from both groups. Now, sit there and say to yourself, if you're a Democrat, do you really believe Hillary Clinton would be the best one of the bunch? And Donald Trump, do you really think he's the best one of that bunch? We had a brain surgeon, frighteningly enough, going up against Trump. Trump actually has a real recorded history of screwing people out of paying them by suing them. He's a litigious jerk. The heck with all the other crap. That's actually literally felony stuff. Well, I think it would be. Don't quote me on that. Let's retract that. That's definitely something that's very illegal and involves more than $10,000. He has a history of doing crap. Where are the leaks about him? What is going on with WikiLeaks being concentrating on this? I know Assange has, and a lot of them have a problem with Hillary Clinton. Everybody has a problem with Hillary Clinton. I don't know of anybody who doesn't. But where are the other stuff? Oh, well, it's all about these emails. If you want to trudge through the emails, go right ahead, but I have. Everything's just this close to being something you'd actually want to, fine her for or punish her for, but none of them are really anything that would really give you a reason to jail her. It isn't. So, what's with the concentration on this? The politics, right? That would be an example of a source that I don't want to... I've been reading this stuff for a while now. Most of the stuff that's being dumped it indicates something, but it doesn't prove anything. What's the point of leaking data that doesn't prove anything? I'm sorry, but a couple of people have said this. I'm starting to think WikiLeaks has turned into either an extremely biased source or an open hangout. Or other. Something else is going on here. I don't think Trump's lying about a rigged election. I just don't think he's not in on it. Where are the leaks about Trump? Where are the leaks about anybody? Where are the leaks about Obama? No real ones that would prove something. You can find an email in my email. At my email account. You could look in there and find something where I said I did something illegal 2 years ago. Like parking violation. But it's there. Where is it? If this is the best that can be offered, I'm definitely for making an example of a suspected leaker, which any business person would say. I've even said that at a business when I was dealing with industrial espionage. You don't jail them, you just out them, because it destroys their ability to do it anymore. They're worthless. And you've humiliated your opponent by proving there's a leak. This isn't an indication of a murder attempt, and it was a year and 5 months earlier. This is an indication of somebody really wanting to catch whoever's doing the leaks and out them. And this is being listed as a smoking gun by a group that has access to someone's emails. Really? We now have the same access the FBI has. We have the same basis of data, and we're getting spoon-fed this, not by WikiLeaks, but all those people out there twisting it and spinning it, telling us what we're supposed to think about it. I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, cool. An actual no, there's no, and it's not Hillary Clinton. It's Podesta, and he's talking about basically doxing someone, like a 14-year-old kid on the internet talking. Until WikiLeaks puts out something that actually proves anything, I'm writing them off as a data source as much as I am a bunch of others. That's my opinion. And why am I not voting for Trump instead of Hillary? Because Trump has actually said some things that were wrong, he was proven wrong, and he refuses to retract. You can't have that with the president. I can't take that. I can't take that from somebody on the internet, on a YouTube channel, telling people to commit suicide because of Nibiru. I'm not tolerating that from a president. Next postings, if anybody wants to post anything, they have to post only sources. The sources have to be real proof, not just an indication or insertion or rumor mongering. And it has to be about one or the other. And preferably just for balance, or fake balance, about Trump for once. I'd like some of that information. He can't be completely squeaky clean. That's medically impossible for the guy. He's a business person. I've been a business person, and I did some stuff that was probably wrong too. Mostly by accident. Where is it? I'm smelling a rat. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.